Chelsea Football Club get humiliated and lose 4-1 to Celtic in a pre-season friendly, and all of a sudden everybody's forgotten that we've had a new manager for 15 days. More importantly, it's only pre-season and the hyperbole is all over the place. People are using this as an opportunity to say, I told you Pochettino was better. People are using this to say Enzo needs to get out, he's a fraud. People are reminding us, oh, he bottled an 18-point lead. But how did he get that 18-point lead? Look, you're not in the right place if you're coming for one of those rants. Because the reality is, it doesn't warrant it. It doesn't justify me coming on front of a camera moaning about a pre-season friendly. However, I am going to tell you there are issues and we need to talk about them. And that's why you have come to the right place if you want a rational, realistic, observant view of the good, the bad, and the downright ugly on the Kavkas View, right? Because I will tell you how it is. More importantly, I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So let's get started. Number one, hit that like button because it's the best way to support this channel so that other people can get this level of content. Number two, subscribe because we are still on track for 50,000, and if you lot do it, the quicker other people will do it. And finally, in the comments below, on a scale of 1 to 10, let me know how worried you are for the new season coming up. I'm personally at a 5 still, right? I'm still at a 5, and I'll explain to you throughout this video why. Let's get in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the ugly and we're gonna go down to the bad to the good at the end to finish it off. Surprisingly, I've got 5 goods, I've got 4 bads, and I've got 3 uglies, all right? And we're gonna start with the ugly. Number one, if it was never evident before, it is evident now. Robert Sanchez is not the type of goalkeeper that we will need. And luckily for us, Jurgensen's coming in, so hopefully this man could be the solution to our problems. But why do I say this? Well, there were multiple occasions yesterday where Sanchez's passing was a little bit shaky, and that's saying it kindly, right? There was a pass where he's got the ball, no reason, he's got 3 options. He goes not even long, he goes not short, he goes mid-range, straight into Celtic. They should have scored. There was an instance where he gave the ball to Badiashile in no man's land. There are 2 pressing forwards on Badiashile. There's 1 player in Tosin on the left-hand side of Badiashile. Badiashile under full pressure has to stretch past it and he misplaces it. It's a stupid pass from Badiashile because there was nothing else he could do. And why? Because he got a hospital pass. He received the ball in no man's land. Those of you who have ever played tennis, right? You know, if you're coming to the net, broski, you better come with commitment. If you're staying back, stay with commitment. Do not be in that middle zone because it's no man land. Because the ball's bouncing right by your feet and you're not recovering. And that's what happened to Benoit Badiashile. Sanchez played him into danger. Badiashile made a mistake. Boom, 3-0. Game over. Right? Absolutely over. The second thing that we need to talk about from that game that was disgusting was the high line. The high line was criminal. If that high line is so high, there needs to be a point of emphasis of everybody pressing in the forward line with commitment, energy, and understanding of what happens if you don't press. These lot didn't. And what ended up happening was our fullbacks, or our 3 centre-backs that we essentially play with, Levi Colwill, not comfortable in covering such big wide channels. The other side, whether it was Tosin or in the first half, I don't remember who played there, they just weren't comfortable in doing that job. They genuinely were not comfortable doing that job, and they really struggled. And why did they struggle? Because you're exposing them to pace, it's too much ground to cover, and lo and behold, they're not fullbacks, they're centre-halves. And for me, what needs to happen is put Reece James at right centre-back. I've said this before and I'm saying it again. He is wasted, in my opinion, playing in that midfield role. Enzo, Caicedo, Olavia in that base. Reece James, Augusto at that right centre-back. They've got the recovery paces. They can basically play centre-back. When needed, they can go for the overlap runs. It will create a new avenue for our team. But that was heavily exploited. And finally, this isn't relating to the game. However, it is relating to us as an organisation. Chelsea have finished 12th and finished 6th under Bluco. I understand the frustration, I understand the venom that fans have, and I understand the hysteria and the panic. But I cannot accept it, nor will I entertain it myself. The fan reaction on us losing a pre-season game was criminal. Guys, this is the time when these mistakes need to happen. This is the time when Enzo's meant to learn from these mistakes. And furthermore, 15 games, 15 days, and you lot are panicking. What did you expect to happen? The reality is, and this is the harsh truth for all of you, Pochettino saw the problems, and Pochettino's solution was only implemented in April. This guy has already come out and said, look, if we're holding such a high line and we're not pressing, guys, we have to drop off a bit deeper. Then he said, at the end of the day, it's all about the commitment and pressing. We need to do better in the wider areas. He's given us reasons to why this system's not working, and he's also saying we're playing the ball well and we've developed on the ball. However, off the ball, the intensity needs to be better. This element of the game wasn't good for us. I'm getting reasons to why things aren't going wrong. Right, that is a breath of fresh air in comparison to what we've had in the past. So for me, please, Enzo, you've got 19 games to display to me what we need to do. Otherwise, I love it. The next thing I want to talk about is Levi Colwill at left centre-back, Fofana and Badiashile, right? And the reason I want to talk about them is because I feel like individualistically, based on the criteria of the player, all very good players. However, in a system where they're so high up and there's no protection in and around them, they could be exploited. And at the same time, they're learning a different avenue, whether it's defending or whether it's offensively, right? Let's talk about Levi Colwill. I think Levi Colwill needs to be at the center of our defense. I think his passing range is phenomenal. I think once Marc Cucurella comes in and Vega starts getting fitter, that left centre-back role will be theirs. I think Colwill needs to be the diamond at Chelsea's defense. He is the middle one. His passing range is brilliant. His ability to come out and sit on it and be patient and brave and just play out of trouble is very good. He is the one that needs to be there. Benoit Badiashile is not a central centre-back. He doesn't have the passing range. I don't think he's got the discipline. I don't think he's got the call to play in that position. You saw how he panicked when he was under pressure by two people pressing him from behind and he didn't know what to do. Smart decision there would have been boo out of play. I swear to God, that would have been a smart decision. Do not try play out the back there. It's just not. And the reality is, this stems from Sanchez being panicky, Benoit Badiashile being nervous and doing something that he's not comfortable doing, and all of a sudden mistakes orientate. The big one here as well, and this is the bad because I don't think this one's as easily fixable. Wesley Fofana looks shot of confidence, looks like the pace in pre-season is too big for him, and more importantly, it looks like this isn't going to be fixed overnight. And let me explain to you why. I'm not saying Wes is a bad footballer. I think Wes is one of the best centre-backs we purchased since Bluco took over. 64 million was worth every penny. The issue was the knees, right? He had back-to-back injuries. Do you remember Emerson Palmieri joined us? He had an ACL. We didn't see the best of him for 18 months. Do you remember Rudiger joined us? When Tony joined us, prior to that, he had an ACL. He really struggled in the beginning. After that period of time, it takes time to recover. Wes had two of them. He's had two consistent major injuries, and the reality is, he looks off the pace. He looks lost. The game's so quick, and he's gonna have these days. Chelsea need to integrate him slowly. He can't be starting. The next objectives for him can't be you need to play 30 games. It needs to be you need to stay fit to have the option of playing 30 games, but you actually need to play 10 to 15. Slowly integrate him in, give him bit part minutes here and there, just so he can acclimatize to the pace and just playing football again. Because that goal that we conceded, where you're hearing Sanchez shouting, "Where's?" Bro, he's not listening because the game's moving at a rapid pace for him. He had no idea the guy was behind him. Didn't check one. He's so intrigued with the ball that he's lost. And this is the key issue here. Furthermore, the midfield. When we defend and we lose the ball in transition, the first game was better. Like, I felt like in the first half we were very good and the base was nice. This time, Celtic were absolutely causing us problems with pace. And what happened was we were defending in a 4-1-4-1, right? Reece would go, leave midfield and go into the right back role. And all of a sudden we've got four at the back with Lavia. No one else in that midfield was helping. You didn't have Carney Chukwuemeka sprinting back. You didn't have Christopher Nkunku sprinting back. The wingers were absolutely useless defensively. And for me, whilst I think this is a huge problem, remember what's going to happen. Carney's going to come out of this team. And it's going to be Caicedo. Caicedo is going to play in that role because we've already seen Leslie Ogochukwu get those minutes. And what's going to happen is Caicedo is going to go into there, and Caicedo's a different level of fish, bruv. He is a different level of person. Like, he is a world-class player. He will elevate us. He was holding Poch's midfield by himself. So can you imagine now that he's with Lavia, what's going to happen? And maybe with Enzo, like the progression passes will be better. Off the ball, Lavia and Caicedo is going to be beautiful. Like, so for me, we need to be very realistic, but it's something else I've noticed. The other thing that really annoyed me, and I'm not going to lie to you, is Noni Madueke has listened to the Twitter hype, the Instagram hype, the plaudits he's received, and I think he believes it. And for me, this is a huge problem. Because Noni's best performance was against Spurs. That performance where Pochettino was kissing him after the game, telling him, this is how you play. Why? Off the ball, he was marvelous. And what ended up happening was his off the ball work gave him confidence on the ball. And he was extravagant. He was expressing himself. And everything was coming together. Yesterday, yes, when we were attacking, Noni's trying. And some days it works, some days it doesn't. I would like him to learn to use his right foot, but do you know what? Can't be asking for too much. Off the ball, his attitude is absolutely like basic. He runs around, right? Like he is the star player in the team. And do I really need to do this? You should do my running for me. Nah, bro, you're not good enough for that. I'm sorry, I wouldn't accept that from Cole Palmer. I wouldn't accept that from Christopher Nkunku. You're not of that level. You're not that guy. I need more from you. I need you hungry enough to be on this pitch. And personally, Maresca needs to make an example out of him. Next game, Angelo needs to start. And you need to drop him. Because he needs to understand that there is levels to this. Furthermore, why is the bar on the floor? And the reason why I'm saying this is because everyone's like, oh, Mark Guiu's doing really well. Mark Guiu's had a very good performance. Bruv, the bar is on the floor. Guiu has done okay. Guiu has done what he's meant to do as a Chelsea player. But what we've done is, we've lowered the bar to the floor now. When someone completes a 5-yard pass or when someone shoulder barges someone and shows a little bit of strength and pace, we're like, oh, well done, this is brilliant. But really, there's no, oh, well done, this is brilliant. I actually need you to do something for me to say, you know what, this is a great finish. Oh, that's a beautiful piece of skill. This is very good link-up play. Because we've just lowered the bar low. So I think we need to remember who we are. The positives are, Enzo Maresca's come out and spoken that he knows what some of the issues are and that we need to work on it. It's only been 15 days. And for me, straight away, when you're so explicit with the problems and you're transparent with them, this makes me realize that you're going to try to fix them. And that's what I like with managers, right? Every now and then, we've got tactics. But I need you to drift away and develop and evolve. And he is openly, 15 days in, coming out, very transparent. Muy bien, very good. Furthermore, I actually like what I'm seeing from Christopher Nkunku in the 8 role and the way he's linking it up. I think once Nico comes in, the rotation between those two is going to be very good. And furthermore, on that left-hand side, Raheem Sterling looks slowly back to the Raheem Sterling that we all thought we were going to get. Very direct, won a good penalty, hit the crossbar, very interchanging 1-2 passes, secure in possession, doesn't force anything, looks like a player that's going to just reap rewards once some of our automation starts to kick in. So overall, the two experienced players look very positive. Furthermore, Guiu looks okay. Like I said, Guiu looks like somebody that is young. He's taking his chance. Enzo Maresca said that. He said, look, this tour was about people proving to me that they should stay or whether there should be a loan. And in his case, it looks like he's going to be staying. And for me, this is great news because Broja shut the bed. Broja is going to be leaving. He didn't even get on the pitch yesterday. And neither did Ben Chilwell, by the way. You lot see that? So for me, this is good. If we are using this tour as them to highlight to everyone, I should stay. You, well done. I'm impressed that you've got a positive attitude. You're running on fumes. You've got a lot of energy. I just need a little bit more quality. So I'm going to put you in the good. And finally, and this is the thing, right? We've got players returning. So we're going to improve. I think Enzo is a changer. Cucurella is a changer. Caicedo is a game changer. Cole Palmer is a game changer, and Nicholas Jackson. That's arguably 5 players that are going to be starting in this. So there's a different level of quality there that's going to be coming back. However, that second half is the half that I watched fully, right? Because it was my wife's birthday yesterday. We were celebrating, people left. I was keeping up with the scores, keeping up with the key moments of the game in the first half. Second half, I sat down, watched every little minute, watched thoroughly, took notes. And The second half, right? Brother, we should have been 3-2 up come the 60th minute. There were so many chances. We were knocking the ball around. There was a point where we had 70% of the ball, like 8 shots in this second half. 3 on target, hit the crossbar, high XG opportunities, poor passes in the final third. And what happened? A stupid mistake to make it 3-0. Honestly, that second half performance, don't let the score dictate what we saw in the performance, right? We will beat teams if we play like that second half. That's just my personal opinion. Because I think we suffocated Celtic. And so what Celtic did was they were winning 2-0, so they had to show no ambition. In other cases, they would have most probably opened up a little bit more and we would have hit them on the break. But it is what it is. I can't be awfully positive, but at the same time, you're at the wrong place if I'm going to be awfully negative over preseason. So let's hit the like button, be honest, be transparent, and more importantly, let me know what you think. So like I said, those are the reasons why I think my worry level is at a 5. What are you at? Out of 10. Let's get into it. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe on your way out. It does a massive favor.